What's up, everybody? Welcome to another show, NBA show from SBR. Make sure you guys go to sbrpicks.com/NBA. Check out all the articles and NBA content we have over there. I'm your host, Jay Money. That's my guy, Jordan Sharp, and that's my guy, Junior Browne. We're here to break down these NBA games, man. But first, we're going to recap yesterday, man. It was a tough day for me, guys. What's up, Junior? You had a good day yesterday. What's up? How was your day yesterday?
Yeah, I went 3-1 yesterday. Good day. The Lakers obviously didn't come through. They got they got smacked around. I'm glad Denver came through. They kind of put that away early. Phoenix, I'm gonna keep rolling with Phoenix until the wheels fall off. And that under came through with Philly and Golden State. So just looking to keep it going. I was telling you before the show, I need to be cashing tickets because I just checked into a hotel that's got a sports book and a casino downstairs, so I'm ready to go. Let's get it. Jordan, how'd you do yesterday?
0 for 1 on the official show plays. Lakers, as you said, just didn't really come to play, and I think it's time to panic in Tinseltown just a little bit because there are some really good teams that are hungry to kind of push them down the ladder in that gauntlet of a Western Conference. One of them being Phoenix, like you said, which you absolutely called yesterday. But went 1-1 on props also. Cash won on Montrezl Harrell, under assist, lost on Shake Milton. That game was, like you said, props to you on that one too. You definitely won the gentleman's side of that one on the under on Philly and Golden State yesterday. So over 1 on the show, 1 and 2 for me on the day, but a much, much better slate than yesterday. Miles better, in fact. Ready to break it down with you guys. As I said, as I usually say on my losing days, I'm ready to be like a relief pitcher and just forget about giving up the home run yesterday. Ready to get back to it, get some strikeouts tonight.
Yes, sir. Yeah, let's get back to it, man. Let's get back to it. Yeah, the Nuggets, they get it done 110-99 over the Magic there. They were up a bunch, almost pissed it away. Magic got within, I think, 4 or 5 points. Then the Nuggets, you know what I'm saying, go blast off, go pull away in that one late in the fourth quarter. That one, let's see, the Knicks, they took off on the Wizards there, 131-113. It was a nice game out of Knicks over there. The Lakers, absolute no-show over there. I still think that pregame, it was looking nice, but the Pelicans, they were tired of the Lakers. Tired of the Lakers having their number, and they went out there and smacked them. They tried to make it look a little bit respectable, lost by 17, 128, 111. They really got smacked by like 30. So you know what I'm saying? It was a terrible call on the Lakers there. It was, man. The Suns, they get the job done over there versus the Heat. I still think there was a nice little spot for the Heat, but obviously no Dragic out there. I think Apollo ended up sitting as well, but still, like I said, no Dragic out there. I'm standing far away from the Heat. It was a nice call by Junior there. You know what I'm saying? The Suns backers, everybody, nice call with the Suns there. Every single favorite cashed yesterday. So, if you just blindly took the favorites yesterday, the public absolutely cleaned up yesterday. Every single favorite, no, except for the Blazers. Because I had the Blazers, and them boys ended up going down versus the Nets. James Harden ended up choosing to play last night and didn't want to play. Well, he's not ruled out anything, but there's speculation he's not going to play tonight in the ESPN game. But let's see, the 76ers as well, they get it done versus the Warriors there. When I was watching the game, the Warriors came back and took like a 4 or 6 point lead. Then the 76ers, Tobias Harris closed that one out. A real nice call there by 76ers backers there. But let's get to today's games, guys. That's what you're here for. First game up, we got the Pistons versus the Pacers. Pacers land 6 points here. Jordan, your squad, what they doing here? Brogdon, Turner, questionable here. You know how they do us today. Game, they're gonna be questionable all day till game time. You know what I'm saying? That's how they do us, man. It's all good. But Jordan, what you think about this one? Pacers get it done at the house or what versus the lowly Pistons?
It has to be Pacers or nothing, right? Like you're not. I don't think you're taking points with the Pistons. That being said, yeah, would love to know the status of Turner and Brogdon before, because if they're in, then the 6 is definitely, I think, a little bit of a value. I think you'll definitely see some steam hit it if they get ruled in sometime before tip-off. But like you said, are we going to know that news before 10 minutes before tip-off? Maybe not. So there may not be a lot of time for that also. So it's definitely one to watch. This is also kind of weird single-game homestand before they go back on the road because the NCAA tournament's still taking up a lot of Bankers Life Fieldhouse. So the question is whether or not they want to play Turner and Brogdon tonight, or they think, you know what, we got Dallas on deck in a couple days. We could probably beat the Pistons without you guys tonight. Go ahead and take an extra day off. So I don't know the answers at the question, but if I can't get the answer to those two, maybe laying the points tonight with the Pacers, but I can't recommend it at this point of the day.
Got you. Junior, you like a play in this? You like some in this game, this Pistons versus Pacers spot?
I don't, just because of what Jordan was just talking about, the unknowns with the injuries. The Pistons are pretty terrible, so I can't even really take points with them. And how am I laying points with the Pacers based on what I've seen? The last time I saw them, they gave up 140 points, so stay away from me.
Got you. Yeah, no, I mean, you would think that the Pacers come out here in Smack City. They were showing a lot of upward movement there. They beat the Heat a couple of games, you know what I'm saying? Then they take a huge loss versus the Bucks in the last one, which it was just a terrible spot for them. So be interested to see if they come back to the house and bounce back. In theory, they should, but the way that they're playing us with that Brogdon and Turner, I mean, Jordan makes good points. They could probably choose to sit them here versus the worst team in the Eastern Conference and probably could still win the game. So it's just about if they're going to cover. Just be interested to see what happens with that one, my guys. Be interested to see. Let's get to the next one. What we got, man? Celtics versus the Bucks. Got to pull the shades down. Hey, y'all see me now? No, but Celtics versus the Bucks here, man. This line was at 3.5. It's up to 6 now. Tatum say he gonna play through the illness. He is, you know what I'm saying, kind of sick or whatever. So he gonna play through it, try to get his little Jordan flu game on or whatever. Celtics been struggling here, man. They have been struggling. Junior, you like some in this Celtics versus Bucks spot?
I mean, I can only look at the Bucks, but I don't like, the injury. What is it a real injury? Is he just resting? Because they said Giannis's knees hurting. He was doing a lot of dancing and celebrating for a guy whose knee hurts. So I don't. If my knee hurts, bro, I'm chilling. I'm not moving around. He was doing a lot of celebrating for my liking. So until they announce whether or not he's going to be in. I mean, I guess realistically, the only way I could look at this is if I take these guys right now, I probably get a cheap line if he gets announced late, type thing. But there's no way, shape, or form I could look to the Celtics. I said the last time that I bet on them, if they didn't get it done, I wouldn't be touching them, and I have not changed my mind. They're just not looking good right now. I can't bet on your name and your reputation. I got to bet on what I see, and what I see is a team that's not good. So 6 points is not even enough for me to take the Celtics right now until they figure out something other than Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum playing one-on-one all the time.
Got you. Yeah, they will have Kemba Walker. I must say, even without Jason Tatum, I watched the game versus the Grizzlies. They played a really good game. The Grizzlies kept taking runs, and still the Celtics came back and made the game go to overtime. So obviously they didn't get it done in overtime, but they were shorthanded. They seem like they've been trying to play a little bit better here. I mean, I'm not betting them. I'm with you there, Junior, but I must say, they showed me something in the Grizzlies game, even without having Tatum and Kemba Walker in that game. Jordan, what you think about this one, my guy? Obviously, Giannis, huge question mark in this one.
Yeah, I mean that's basically what it boils down to. This though, to make a turn around and make this a long story into a question though. But do you think teams are seeing what the Nets are doing and being very liberal with resting, especially the Bucks being in the same conference? And then they saw the teams that aren't, the Sixers, who Embiid used to rest a lot. Now he's not. He was playing every game before he got hurt. LeBron, obviously, we know the story about him this year. He got hurt. Are they just are teams looking at this like the Bucks and holding out Giannis and thinking, this is about the time we send up the phantom injury, like you said, Jay. It's about time we give our main horse a couple days off here, because the season has just been a marathon. It's ridiculous how truncated things are this year. And now you got these other teams with their best players going down. If I'm the Bucks, I'm kind of looking at this game man, with the way the Celtics play, we could afford to give Giannis another day or two off. So that kind of makes me think that. I'm just going to kind of stay away from this game, but I don't know what you guys have to think about that. Do you think that's kind of what we're seeing now, or do you think Giannis is actually nursing a serious injury? Because it seems like it's just, hey, we're going to give you a couple days off here while we can win some games without you, as they showed the other night against the Pacers.
Junior, real quick, Junior, it's crazy that you said that, because I saw Steph walking with the cane the other day. So he's walking with a little cane stick where every other step he's using the cane. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, man, this boy ain't hurt.
Yeah,
man.
Steph too. I forgot to mention him.
Nah, Junior, what you think about that where he said phantom injury here? You think they just resting up Giannis for, you know what I'm saying, for a little playoff? Obviously, for their playoffs here, they've got good enough regular season record here going, playing good even without him. You think they just kind of resting them up here?
I'm not sure if they're going to rest him. If they're resting him up, then you'd have to assume he's going to play in this game, right? Because this is I don't want to say a real rivalry, but they played each other in the playoffs. These teams don't really like each other, and I feel like Giannis would love to kick the Celtics while they're down. So, and another thing is he doesn't seem like the kind of guy that would just be oh, I could play, but I'm just not gonna play. But I'm gonna tell you right now, if y'all were watching that game yesterday. My guy was out there, he was celebrating like it was a playoff game. He was having a lot of fun, I'm just saying, for a guy whose knee's not feeling well. So he's got to chill.
Hey, the Celtics beat them earlier this year as well, so it's somewhat for a revenge spot for the Bucks here. So if you want to look at it that way, say, hey, you know what I'm saying, there's no way that Giannis is sitting this one now. The Celtics beat them 122-121 at the beginning of the season, December 23rd, 2020. So just take that for what it's worth, my guys. Take it for what it's worth. Next game up, man, let's get to, we got the Nuggets versus the Raptors here. The Nuggets, spicy Nuggets versus the Raptors here, Jordan. When we're looking at this line open up at -1, I think it actually opened up at the Raptors, the favorite. Then the guy hit the Nuggets here. You know what I'm saying? It's up to 2.5 here now, Jordan. The Raptors been an absolute fade. They got trades going on. Are we taking the Nuggets today or what? What you liking?
It's tough because the third game in 4 nights, as I just mentioned, with the truncated schedule is kind of hurting them here. I mean, the Toronto Raptors are still there's a lot going on, but they're still at least a pretty good basketball team, regardless of how they've been playing. So, would really like to know the status of Monte Morris. If he comes back tonight, that kind of makes me a little more comfortable with laying points on the road with the Nuggets. But I think I mentioned on the show before, it's tough to tell what kind of defense they're going to bring on the show or on the road. We talked about that yesterday. They look pretty good, but Orlando is not a competent offensive team right now. And they still gave up 60 points to them in the second half. So kind of a lean Nuggets, but I'm not really getting excited about it just yet. I think this is a spot where if Toronto doesn't blow up the roster, like if Kyle Lowry doesn't get traded by tomorrow, he still plays tonight. There's a chance they could sit him too. Like this, there's all sorts of things that could go on with this game. So one of the reasons why I think I'm staying off. But lean Nuggets in all intents and purposes. If I can get some news, against the Raptors and for the Nuggets here with Monte Morris, but right now just a lean.
Got you. Junior, what you think in this one, my guy? You riding with the Raptors over there? You riding with the spicy Nuggets? You haven't played in this game?
No, I don't. I don't want to bet on anything that has to do with the Raptors until after the trade deadline, at least. And then based on that, we'll just see what kind of moves they make, if any. If they lose pieces and just get draft picks back, so obviously what direction they're going in. So I just kind of want to see what's up with this team before I invest any money. And as for the Nuggets, I think they're going to win, but I don't want to blindly bet them 2 nights in a row. I'm off this game.
Got you. Yeah, the Nuggets here. I can't tell you, man. Everything that I've been saying. Obviously, you're not going to see a lot of love for the Raptors in this game. Jordan mentioned something. It is third game in 4 nights on the road here and back-to-back for the Nuggets here. So, in theory, not necessarily a good spot. The Nuggets obviously are the much better team. Obviously, the Raptors are on a slide right now. So, you kind of split. It's like, do I want to take the Nuggets that's in this terrible spot that are a much better team, but they're, could be a possible sandwich spot as well. They got a revenge spot versus the Pelicans on deck as well, versus in New Orleans. So it's just interesting. I haven't seen a single person on the Raptors. It's like everybody and their mom is on the Nuggets. Could be easy money. See what I'm saying? They could get it done. It's just the Raptors. The Junior mentioned something really important from the way I'm looking at it. Lowry, Siakam, and there's one more person and Powell. Powell could possibly be moved as well. So they got 3 players that could be possibly traded here any day now. That's something to check out. What they've lost, 9 straight games. So if everybody plays, could be some, could be a crazy outcome, but you just don't know where they're headed. And like Jordan said as well, they could sit some guys out. If you're trading somebody, you really want to keep them healthy. So that's one you definitely wait to the last minute. But they're on the Nuggets right now. It could be easy cheddar, man. Could be easy cheddar. Let's get to the next one. Cavs versus Bulls, my guys. Got the Cavs versus the Bulls here. Bulls laying 6 at the house. I think it's up to 6.5 at some spots now. Yeah, going up to 6.5 on this one. Money coming in on the Bulls all morning, rightfully so, right, guys? Junior, what you think on this one? Ride with the baby Bulls here, or do you think that the Cavs scrappy enough to keep this one close in Chicago?
I do think the Cavs are scrappy enough to keep it close, but I'm still gonna ride with the baby Bulls. I've been until that stops cashing for me. And again, they got smacked in the mouth by Utah. But Utah's they've been doing that to a lot of teams. The proof is in the pudding. The Bulls are the best ATS road team. They're one of the best ATS teams overall. The Cavs suck. So to me, When I look at Zach LaVine against this backcourt, I really feel like this is one of those games where he can go off, and if they can get a little bit of a cushion with Zach. Listen, whenever Zach plays well, they tend to cover spreads. So, and if you just look at his splits, his shooting percentages are off the charts this season. He definitely deserves to be an all-star. I'm riding with Zach. I'm riding with the Baby Bulls. I'm just talking too much. That's just my play. Official. I hate laying 6, though. I'm going to say that. If it was even 6.5, I would not be on it. 6 is it's a lot. It's a lot. I'm not going to sit here and act like I think this is just like a slam dunk. I definitely do not think that at all. But I'm still riding with the Baby Bulls, though.
Got you. A guy riding with the Bulls there, Jordan. What you think of this one? Chicago, Chi-Town, Windy City. Hey, your name is Jordan. See what I'm saying? So what are we doing? You riding with the Bulls here today or what?
Yeah, I can't ever get my dad to admit it, but I'm pretty sure I was named after that Jordan as well. So I was born right around the time of his dominance. So I mean, it's but yeah, no, I would say Bulls are nothing for me. I do think the Cavs are a little scrappy enough to stay in this game, but I think the reason that they are is because of their defense. So I do think the better play would be on the under in this game. It's still a lean for me, but I'm looking at that first half right now. 110 is obviously more than half of the full game line, which has come down a full 2 points. Some shops are seeing 216s even. We've mentioned on the show the last couple of weeks, Junior and Jay and I have all mentioned basically the Bulls are the lineup change. They're playing a lot better defense. And this Cavs team struggles to score on the road. And I think if the Bulls are rested and bounce back to the Bulls that we've seen over the last few weeks at home, this should be a pretty low-scoring game. So I got a couple leans on the first half under and full game under, but haven't pulled the trigger just yet simply because the main reason is because the pace scares me just a little bit. If this game is played at Chicago's pace, the Cavs could potentially fall behind and give up a lot of points here. Like Junior mentioned, Zach LaVine could have a 40-burger tonight. Total of 216. There's not a lot of margin for error when you're betting unders. So kind of scaring me off just a little bit. But that first half, I'm going to keep thinking about here as the show goes on. I mean, we'll see if I make that official before the end of the show.
Gotcha. I mean, Bulls are nothing for me. That's the only way I would look here. The Cavs. I mean, they're not when I'm looking at it, I'm like, damn, you lost to the Kings by 14. So it's like if you go out there, because I mean, we was like, damn, why are the Kings favorites by 4? Because they were playing the Cavs. So if the Cavs are playing like that, yeah, the Bulls could have their way with them. We've seen the Cavs just be one of those Jekyll and Hyde teams. They can play. Sometimes they play like a playoff team. Other times they literally play like they're the worst team in the East. So you really never know what you're going to get with them. I'm not really in a hurry to lay points with the Bulls. I've been bitten, you know what I'm saying, by it a few times, you know what I'm saying, winning by a few points, all this. So it's lean Bulls for me. I don't want to lay the 6 with them. It's definitely Bulls or nothing, though. That's the only way I would look at now, my guys. Get to this next game, my guy. We got the Grizzlies versus the Thunder here. Grizzlies, this line opened up at 5.5, down to 4.5 now. Maybe some 5s out there, So we got the Grizzlies here versus OKC Thunder. Jordan, I'm gonna go to you first. What you like anything in this one? We taking Thunder, the home dog here?
Man, I really would love to, but can you really trust what they're gonna, whatever they say in their injury report the night before the trade deadline? Like I mean, I've learned over the last week or two that you can't bank on whoever's going to play for this Thunder team. Granted, that really hasn't mattered at all. Pretty much, they pretty much go out there and cover regardless. So theoretically, this is a pretty good spot for them. But the Grizz have been playing a little bit better lately. The Grizz are. I mean, I'm still waiting on that Grizz turnaround. Like I still believe they have yet to play up to expectations this year, other than just a few of those like flashes. The issue is they're on the road here, where they do play a little bit better defense. So theoretically, I mean, like I'm just kind of like, I just think I'm just going to stay away from this game, not to be too long-winded. But yeah, I think the line's pretty good. I like both these teams. They're both a bet-on team for me, which is always a problem when they go against one another. So I'm kind of hoping the defense comes. This total's been like hammered on the under here. But once again, like I said, mentioned this last game, is whose pace is this game going to be played to? Is it going to be played to the Grizzlies' pace or the Thunder's pace? Who knows who's going to play for the Thunder? Who's going to get traded tonight before the game and get pulled halfway through? Who knows who's going to come out at halftime? And get pulled from the game. I have no idea what's going to go on tonight. It's why I'm being so hesitant with some of these games where I have leans on, but I haven't fired yet, just because there's a lot of volatility tonight, if you haven't noticed. And I mean, we haven't had any fireworks yet, but there could still very well be tonight.
My guy here said who coming out of halftime. That was funny right there. God, that's funny shit right there, Jordan Jr. What we like in this one, man? With the home dog, OKC off 2 straight wins. Do they keep it going here? 3 straight wins back at the house. What you liking, my guy?
How am I laying 5 with Memphis on the road? Like I really sometimes don't understand these lines. I do have a heavy lean to the under though. I've been cashing totals a little bit lately. I still, nowhere close to Jordan's level, but I really try to look at these totals, like I said yesterday, from the standpoint of how many points do I think the team that wins this game is going to score. So let's just figure it's Memphis. Is Memphis going to score 110 points? They might, but I don't think they will. I'm really leaning towards the under here. Memphis only averages 111 points a game. I don't have their splits in front of me, but I'm sure it's less than 110 points on the road. So my heavy lean is to the under. I just haven't made it official yet because I kind of want to look into the numbers in terms of what they've been doing lately as opposed to the full season numbers, because that could kind of fool you sometimes.
Got you. Nah, hey, I mean, I feel like if we're not laying 4.5, if we're not comfortable with laying at 5 with the Grizzlies on the road, and we got to be on the OKC, right? That's just, what I'm saying, that's how I feel. If it's too many points to lay on the road, then we got to be. I'm surprised Jordan's not on his Oklahoma City Thunder here, guys, to be honest with you. I mean, the Sharps on the Thunder today, to be honest with you. You look at the line, the last time they were laying 9.5 here. It was at 8, and then got hit up to 9.5. But I mean, you talk about laying points on the road. Just look at the line where it was last game and where it is here. It's actually pretty low here for the Grizzlies. So I mean, just the way I'm looking at it, I do think the Grizzlies are 4.5 points better than them, even on the road here. The Thunder off 2 straight wins. Even them playing everybody in this one should bode well. You know what I'm saying? The Grizzlies come to play. They actually, Jordan, I don't know if you remember that game, but the Grizzlies, this was not too long ago. This was on the 14th, just 10 days ago. So this is a quick revenge spot within 10 days. The Grizzlies just lost to this team. They led this game for 3 quarters, and they got outscored 38-22 in the 4th quarter. So look, SGA played in that game. Dort didn't play in that game. Horford didn't play, and I think it was one more player. May have been Baisley, but 3 players didn't play in that one, and the Grizzlies just took their foot off the gas. You know what I'm saying? They had the Suns on deck. I think if the Grizzlies come in here and play their game and take this game seriously, I think they win it by double digits. The way I'm looking at it.
I was just gonna say, I'm glad you brought that up, because that's another one of the reasons that's kind of keeping me off the under here. Because the last 2 games, these 2 teams have just been rocketed over the total. So, and this one's just been hammered on the under. And theoretically, like I say, I'm saying that way too much today, theoretically. But in theory, how about that one? I'll switch it up on you.
I like
the 3rd game against one another should be lower scoring, slower pace, right? A little more defense. That you kind of know what's coming at you after 2 times playing. You can watch film on both those games and say, okay, here's what they like to do here, and blah blah blah. But, I mean, we could see, like I mentioned earlier, we could see the Grizzlies just, like, absolutely rocket up the pace in this game and force OKC to play fast, and that's what's happened the last 2 times they played.
Just real quick. So, no, I thought it was double revenge. So, Grizzlies beat them at the house 122-113. Then OKC beat them obviously the last time. This time I'm talking about. And the Grizzlies they talked about it. They just simply overlooked them. They let up, you know what I'm saying? They got to learn from that game. I'm putting some on Grizzlies, guys. I am. It's nothing huge, but I'm putting some on Grizzlies. Minus the 4.5. Revenge game, Jay. I like them, better squad. I know the Thunder been playing super hard, but I like the Grizzlies here in this revenge spot. I'm looking at the videos, everything. They were pissed from losing that last game. So they know they shouldn't have. And somewhat a look ahead to the Suns. They had next game. This time it's not the first game of a back-to-back for the Grizzlies. Be interested to see if they could keep this upward movement going. 3 out of the last 4. They've been playing well. Let's go, my guys. Let's see. Suns versus Magic. Next game up. These boys laying 10 on the road. The Suns are Junior. You riding with your boys, the Suns over here?
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm pretty close to making this a fucking trifecta spot with the Suns, but I just want to chill and just not get too greedy. So I took all that trifecta money and I put it on the Suns first half. The Suns are the 4th best first half team in the league. They're 6th best first half team on the road. And let me just talk about the Magic for a second. I don't know if anyone here watched the Magic yesterday against Denver. But I'm going to tell you guys what I saw. I saw some business decisions being made. I saw Vooch and Aaron Gordon combined for 38 shots. How many free throws did those guys shoot yesterday? 0. That's how many. If you take 38 shots and you shoot 0 free throws, you're telling me that you don't want no one to touch you, just in case you get hurt when you go to whatever team you think you're going to, because I think they're done playing for the Orlando Magic. And now they're saying Evan Fournier might relocate to Jay Money's neck of the woods, go play for the Mavs. A bunch of guys that are just not even going to be there, don't want to be there, whatever, however you want to word it, against a team that's trying to catch the Utah Jazz in the standings, and they see a team that they can absolutely smack around. I might get involved in the rest of the game later, but for now, official play, heavy play. First half Suns against these bum-ass no Magic team from Orlando.
Got you. Suns first half with my guy Junior there. It's going to get hit up as well. What you get the line at, Junior?
-5.5.
Got you. -5.5 for the Suns there first half. I definitely couldn't talk you off the way the Magic. You talk about trade deadline, some guys that might get traded, Jordan. Gordon and Fournier, Ross, all them boys, all three of them could be possibly gone any day now. You like anything in this one? You riding in the first half?
I mean, you have to. That Ginger makes a real good point. Like, it's hard for me to not, because this team, even though both of these teams are on third game in 4 nights, like you said, there could be a markedly different Orlando Magic starting lineup than what we have projected right now by the time we get to game time tonight, because they're probably one of the teams that have a lot invested in selling before the deadline. It may not happen until tomorrow, but like Junior mentioned, it seems like they've checked out. So despite the Suns being tired, which is the one thing I worry about with the full game line, but that first half line, I may have to ride with Junior on this one, because it's intriguing if they clamp down, because even if they don't, Orlando's going to struggle to score. If the Suns bring a pretty solid defensive effort despite being tired, the Magic aren't getting to 90 tonight. So I mean, like, they're the under could have some value, but also it's gone up 2 points. So I think most people are thinking both teams on third game in 4 nights, the defense is going to be a little lapsed. So probably staying away from total with this one, though. That Junior makes a good point, but for me, I don't have any play on this game right now.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'd be looking to fade the Magic, man. I don't see them bringing a whole lot right now. Suns are nothing for me on this one, my guys. Next game up, we got the Spurs.
Can I say one thing also I forgot to mention?
Go ahead.
Not only are the Suns the 4th best first half team in the league, the Magic are the second worst first half team in the league. Get the Magic the F out of here, bro.
I'm with you on that, my guy. Clippers versus Spurs, my guys. We got the Clippers versus the Spurs. These boys over here, the Spurs plus let me see. They +6 at the house. Rudy Gay is out. I think I saw one more injury as well.
Lonnie Walker, I think.
Lonnie Walker's out.
I know it's somebody else. I'm like, it's 2 of them. I saw this yesterday. So they still, it's just 5.5. The spread didn't go up much. It's just up to 6 now. The Clippers bring it here on the road. First game of a little home and home. We've seen them kind of let. I know first the Grizzlies will. The Grizzlies went and took it to them on the first game. Then the Clippers had to get some revenge. Jordan, you think it's going to happen here? Did the Spurs have some value here on this first game of the home and home?
I think, yeah, if you're betting on either side of this one, you have to think it's Spurs or nothing at this point. They've covered both spreads against the Clippers. Sorry, they've only played once this year. They covered obviously and won the first time they played. I do think that the Patrick Beverley and Serge Ibaka injuries for the Clippers have hurt them defensively. It's not too many points, but it's enough points to where 6 at home here that you're taking for San Antonio is probably a little bit too many. So lean that way. But then again, like, we've seen this Clippers team come out and just muscle teams that they should, muscle at times. You were talking about Jekyll and Hyde teams. I mean, they're like the definition of that at points this year. So, if it's just Beverly and Ibaka, obviously, I mean, they could still win and cover this game, but hard for me to trust them on the road. Their defense has not been as good on the road comparatively to when they play at home. And then they're down 2 of their better defenders still, and they have been for the last couple of games. Hasn't mattered too much when they played the bad teams, but when they played the better ones, when they play it on the road here, I do think it might affect them a little bit. So lean Spurs, but I'm not going to get invested in either side of this one, I don't think.
Got you. Terrence Ross listed questionable. Junior, what you like in this one, bro? The Clippers, do they mess around here and try to come back in the fourth quarter again? Do they, you know what I'm saying, is the Smack City from the get-go in this one, or you think the Spurs, they bounce back after their loss versus the Hornets at the house?
Yeah, that loss versus the Hornets kind of has me a little bit shook from the Spurs right now, but my lean is Spurs. The Clippers are 2-7 on the road, just straight up in their last 9. That's terrible. Like I can't be laying this many points with them on the road against a competent Spurs team. The Spurs team has shown me enough that they're going to be in the playoffs. They're not last year's Spurs that snapped the record of 22 years in a row in the playoffs. This is one of the better franchises in the league. So I just don't. If you're giving me 5 points with them at home, I'm way more interested in that than a team that's, like I said, lost 7 out of their last 9 road games straight up.
Got you. Just 1 second. I'm putting this Grizzlies
Get
in
that Grizz
right
bet
now.
in. Yeah, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander ruled out tonight. That I just saw that too, and I just thinking that that's definitely the reason.
I'm headed downstairs, Jay.
I was talking about. Yeah, run downstairs, Junior. Run, don't walk.
I like it regardless.
They're gonna be a little slower than y'all with moving that line over here. I promise you.
I don't give a damn who is not playing. I like it regardless. You dig what I'm saying? But the fact he ain't playing, I'm trying to hop on it right now, man. They probably don't want to. They probably don't want to, man. They don't have to. I'm hopping on it somewhere, man. The Grizzlies was my spot today, and the people that know, I got the pants on.
How much do you think it's gonna move the line?
I got the pants on. Huh? You said what? Maybe.
How much you think that?
Maybe 6.5.
Yeah, six, somewhere
maybe
between
6.5,
6 and 7.
maybe
yeah,
7.
Yeah, I'm sure I could get downstairs before that line moves. It ain't gonna be that quick. So
it depends on who else. If it's somebody else that sits out, but I don't think the Grizzlies gonna take them light here because they just lost to them. They just took them light and almost won by double digits after taking them light. You see what I'm saying? So let's get to this next game, my guys. We got the Nets versus the Jazz here, man. The Nets kind of pick and choose. They want to play. Let's see, Blake Griffin is out for this one. Now Harden questionable, so it's a huge question mark here. You got the Jazz coming back to the house off the East Coast road trip. I still don't think it's a good spot for the Jazz. I'm not betting against them here. They're starting to get a little out of hand with the 10 points. Obviously, you need to see what's up with Harden, but the line says the Harden probably sits here in this back-to-back in altitude. Junior, what you like for this one?
I don't like a single thing about this game. I guess I'd have to go Jazz, right? But it just seems like such a square-ass bet. I just don't want to get involved in this game until I could just look more into it, find some kind of an angle, maybe an early Jazz first quarter bet. I don't know. I just hate all this bullshit where they might play, they won't play, they feel like playing, they don't feel like playing. Get out of here, man.
I'm with you on that, bro. Trust me. If anybody knows, I know. If it's pissing anybody off, it's pissing me off, bro. But this is a new age NBA, bro. We gotta. Really, hopefully, to be honest, and I'm glad you said that, Junior, because really tomorrow is really when it's going. So tomorrow after the deadline, Friday, like really, it'll be back time to where it's going. People like players really gonna start to play. All right, I know I'm on this team now. I know they were playing. I know I'm not getting traded. It'll be time to go. In theory, it'll be time to push for the playoffs, Jordan. You know what I'm saying? And we won't get all this BS, and we don't know who's playing. Like, don't get me started. But Jordan, what we're doing in this one? You like? Is Harden gonna play with the beard? There's no strip clubs in Utah. So what the fuck are we doing? Sorry, man.
Once again, though, we know what the Nets have been doing this year, and it's basically been saying, like, go ahead, all you teams, wear yourselves out for the regular season, and we're going to be sitting pretty when it comes playoff time with our 3 superstars well rested and only have played, 50, 55 games each basically this year. So, I don't think Harden plays tonight. That being said, if he doesn't, tell me how – and the Nets are still a real competent team without their 3 mega stars. But that being said, they would have to give up a lot of points for this under to be, or for the over to cash in this game at 230.5 right now, assuming Harden sits, right? I know Utah is one of the best offensive teams in the league, but Brooklyn's not terrible defensively, and the guys that are good defensively for them seem to be, playing tonight for the most part. So Lean on the under. I'm not gonna say heavy lean, but I can't see 231 or more points in this game if Harden doesn't play, especially from the. I mean, like if Utah decides to clamp down and lock him up early and put this away early, if Harden does sit or at least try to. Like I'm not saying they will, but if they try to do that, they have to do it defensively, right? And then I mean, Brooklyn's gonna have to slow down this offense, obviously, if they want any chance to win, because they're not gonna have plenty of guys to get buckets. So. Lean under on this one, but still nothing for me. I don't think, just because I think I'm still trying to figure out how many points, basically Harden, Durant, and Kyrie all worth being out tonight potentially. If indeed that's the case with Harden, we know the other two are out, so haven't been able to figure that out. Like I think I've told you guys before, it's hard for me to bet totals when a lot of these guys are hurt. Like it's just hard to account for all that, and so it's kind of one of the reasons why I'm more tentative with this one tonight. So no official play, but lean on the under here, 230.5.
Got you. Yeah, heavy lean to the under for my guy there. Obviously, I mean, just Harden's is too big of a question mark here, guys. If Harden's in, I'd be taking 10 with the Nets any day. It'll probably go back to 6.5, 7. So just look at it real quick. So you see, you got the thing where you have the Jazz coming back to the house. First, so what they was the 5-game road trip. And the thing is, the Nets, they still don't have Shamet. Obviously, Kyrie's still out celebrating his birthday. He got PTO, paid time off for like the 4th time this season, and they let him get away with it. He's such a good basketball player that they let him get away with shit. Oh, it's my birthday. I'm finna go have this huge celebration. Y'all go do what you want. I'm not even joining y'all on the road trip. You dig what I'm saying? I'm rich. F y'all. I see y'all when I see y'all. That's what he said. You dig what I'm saying? But no, so look, now real quick, the Jazz. Off 5 straight road trip, off a 5-game road trip, guys. First game back at the house. I don't care what nobody says. Not a good spot for them. Just NBA psychologically, this first game back at the house is not a good spot. If Harden's in, I'm gonna try to hop on it as soon as I can. But he acting like his neck hurt. Maybe he wants to go join Kyrie early on the party. I'm not sure, guys. So, I mean, Junior, or which one is it first? Jordan, break him off with your official plays. I can't see that on the rundown. It's probably Jordan. Break him off with your official plays, my guy.
I got a couple official ones. We didn't really talk about them, so I'll just break them down here in the next
few
seconds.
Yeah.
That's cool. I know we got to run. You're all good. I got the under at 223 in Charlotte and Houston. Hoping for a kind of a crap fest offensively in that one. Hopefully a lot of sloppy turnovers. I know everybody's playing for Houston, but I think we could see, the Hornets. Like I said, I think they still haven't hit the bottom from the LaMelo Ball injury offensively, and they played a pretty good game without him the other night. But it was defensively that they had to lock down. So I think 223.5, wherever you're getting that, is still a pretty good play on the under. And then I have the under in Dallas and Minnesota at 231.5. That one kind of going against the steam, but just kind of a similar thing. If Dallas takes this game seriously and locks them down, really, other than Cat, I'm not too worried about any Anthony Edwards scoring on them. And even if those two guys go off, no guarantee that Minnesota scores a ton of points either. So I think 231.5 is a little too high for that one as well. So I got the under both those tonight.
Sharp plays by my guy Jordan Sharp, So hey, it's in his name is what he has to do. Junior, you got some Carl Jr.'s plays for us, Junior Browne. What you got?
Nah, because I went light today on the plays because I went heavy on the Suns first half. I'll be real upset tomorrow if that does not come through. But light sprinkle on the Bulls. -6. It's a pretty big number, but I believe in the Baby Bulls. And real heavy on the Suns first half, -5.5. Suns got a chance to make a real run, like Jordan pointed out yesterday. They play the Magic, then the Raptors, the Hornets. They could make some moves out here.
Grizz, for me, my guys, top play. It's the top play.
Oh, shit. I'm getting in there, Jay. I'm riding with you. It's not official because I don't have money on it, but I'm getting in the elevator and then making it official.
My money on it. I'm fucking pissed. The faves cleaned up yesterday, guys. I'll be honest with you. I don't like a lot of faves today. It's really only one game I care about. It's really only one game that the Grizzlies care about right now. I know they got the Jazz on deck, a couple of huge games. They can't look ahead. They can't look past these boys like they did last time, guys. You know what I'm saying? They know what they did. They're a young team. They got to correct this mistake. I have to correct my mistakes. You know what I'm saying? You got to see what you're doing wrong, man, and correct it. They came out there and beat them 3 quarters, uninterested, was still up 10 points. and then just absolutely pissed away in the fourth quarter. It was only 10 days ago. I'm sure they remember it. They're already the better team. I don't give a damn who's out. Full squad for the Grizzlies. They're showing upper movement. They should come to play here, guys. 10-point win for the Grizzlies. Top play for me. I feel about how Junior feel in the first half for the Suns. I'll be pissed if it doesn't come through. 10-point win for the Grizzlies. It's coming through. I have the pants on. We're getting out of here. We'll be back tomorrow. Grizzlies 5-0 against the spread when I got these pants on. Let's make it 6-0.
I'm riding with you, Jay.
They're 5-0 when I have the fucking pants on. I'm not playing today. I'm pissed off. I done lost the past couple days. I'm fucking pissed. Let's get out of here. We'll be back tomorrow, man. Win, lose, or draw. We'll be back here. Sorry for the language, guys, but we'll be back.